If you are an athlete with a story, whether it be your day-to-day life or it be something that you fight for, obstacles that you face, issues that arise, I want to listen. I want you to tell your story. I want to be here for you. Hey friends, get it? I made a pun. If you're listening to the podcast on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your podcast, you're very confused. And if you're watching YouTube, you see me looking like an idiot. But regardless, welcome. This is a great time for me to say, if you do like the podcast, please support me. I really do appreciate it. By doing that, all you need to do is like, thumbs up, review, rate, subscribe to the podcast. Simple, 2 clicks, and it means the world to me. And if you do really enjoy the podcast, please reach out to me. I love your guys' feedback. I love listening to what people have to say. I've only heard positive things when I've had the opportunity to talk to people about what I've done, and that means a lot to me. It gives me satisfaction, gratification that I am doing something that I enjoy, and I hope that's helping people. With all that being said, welcome to Thinking Outside the Pylons. My name is Chandler. This is a new age for me, a new style of podcast I'm going to be doing. And what that is that I am focusing my thoughts and my process and my beliefs on one thing that I think is very important. And it's not just one thing, it's a bunch of things, but that is the mind and the life of the athlete. Thinking Outside the Pylons is going to be doing parts of my show where it is called Thinking of the Players. So it has the tag TOP, and it's going to be talking to different athletes of different sports, different backgrounds, different religions, races, sexes, gender, like everything that you can think of. It's going to be about that. And when it comes to that, it is their story. I'm going to talk about their story and listen. And most importantly, I'm going to listen to their story and have them talk about anything they have overcome, anything they've faced, even if it is just day-to-day life of the athlete and or student athlete for that matter. Because I think that right now with everything going on with mental health and everything that we have to embrace and understand as a society needs to be talked about and needs to be helped and fixed. And to start that, you need to start having the conversation, and that's what I want to do. I want to sit here and listen to people. I want them to tell their story. I want to help them say the things that they've wanted to say for so long and haven't had the opportunity. And why do I think this is so important? What is the why behind this? Is that I care about sports. I love sports than anything. I've played sports since I was 6 years old. I've watched Sports Center since I was 7 years old. I've played sports all the way throughout high school into my 12th grade year. And I wanted to continue. Unfortunately, life just didn't happen that way. And one thing I've always loved is sports media and the mind of the athlete. I think the mind of the athlete is more important than anything, because you can talk about how these men and women can make hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars or get all these endorsements, but we never talk about who they are off and on the field and or court. We don't know what their life is about. And when we hear the stories of something about their life, it's usually in a negative outlook. It's usually something bad that happens. We as a society love to really talk about the negative things. It sticks with us just as a human base level. The negative things stick with a human more than a positive thing. And that's where I want to change that tide. Not saying that every athlete or any person that does something bad is a saint. They're not. But I think that we need to change the outlook of everyone being negative towards athletes, and if they speak out or they want something or they want to do better, we look at them as if they shouldn't. They just play a sport. And when you listen to my podcast going in the future, you're going to see that. You're going to see how athletes experience their life, how they talk about who they are and what they experience on a day-to-day basis. Because you'd be very surprised. Being a jock is not being a jock anymore. It's not, that word doesn't mean what it used to. It's not a phrase in which I think that should be said, because you cannot go through life anymore and think that you can just run through school and be okay. You, to play on any sports team for a majority of the world now, you have to have a great GPA. You have to be able to be in the classroom. And for a lot of athletes, it's longer than usual because there are classes you're going to miss. And then when you get out of class, you have to go and play a sport. And at the high school level, it's just a couple practices a week in a game. But when you get to the college level, you're having meetings, you're having practices, you're having workouts every single day. You're going to hear in one of my upcoming interviews that an average day starts at 9 a.m. and you might get home at 9 p.m. Sorry, take that back. You start at 7 a.m. and your day ends at 9 p.m. That's a commitment. That's not just, hey, like, this is it. Like, I love sports. I'm going to go play sports and it's going to be great. Athletes are going through a world now in which they have to fight just to play the sports that they love. And if they even love it by then, because a lot of times the love is taken away from them. And it really can be taken away from them. So that's what this podcast is going to be from here on out, is having the opportunity to speak with any athlete of any race, religion, sex, orientation, gender. That is my goal, is, and not just one or two sports. I promise you it's not one or two sports. If you listen to any of my previous podcasts, I've already interviewed a football player, a hockey player, and a handball player, all amazing in their own right. Go back and listen to John Burt, Haven Wong, and Jordan Paperny. Go back, because their interviews were great. They're great individuals. They all speak very highly intelligently, and they're just truly great individuals. Interviews coming up. I'm talked with other athletes too. And that being said, if you are an athlete with a story, whether it be your day-to-day life or it be something that you fight for, obstacles that you face, issues that arise, I want to listen. I want you to tell your story. I want to be here for you. I want you to have the opportunity to sit down and tell me how you feel. And if it isn't just you, or it's other people that you know need to speak, please bring them here, let them talk to me, and let their story be told. Because your story matters. Their story matters. Athletes' stories matter, no matter how hard it is, no matter what it is. It's very important. And I want that to be heard throughout. I've had athletes reach out to me and say thank you or want to talk to me, and it means so much to know that I'm not wrong in wanting this change to happen. I'm not saying I'm the change. I'm not saying that I'm going to be the guy that fixes the world, but conversations start change, and I want to be a part of the conversation. So this is nothing crazy. This is just Chandler sitting behind a microphone with a camera pointing at his face in a white room with some crap behind it. But it's something that I think is important for all of us to hear and all of us to listen to. So please, again, if you know someone, I'm here. You're there. Listen to, and they don't even have to come on here. They don't even have to talk to me. They don't have to be here and say, "Hey, I was on a podcast. You should go listen to my story." That's not what it is. It's starting the conversation of, if you aren't someone that plays sports and one of your best friends or your closest people or even a loved one plays sports and you never really talk to them about their life, or you really don't know what their life is like, sit down with them one day. Ask them if they're tired, because I know the answer is yes. Ask them, are you doing okay? Because yes, people can say that athletes are glorified. They are incredible. They're looked at as amazing, the gods of the world. And that's that way in high school sometimes. But it's not when you are out of high school. It's not when it's taking up 80% of your life. You're losing relationships left and right. Athletes I've spoke to already have said that they've lost multiple relationships, friends, and I'm just thinking back on it, and it's just friends and relationships, like their partners can't be with them anymore because it's just too tough. It is a time commitment, and it is a life commitment. So talk to your people around you, and if you are an athlete, talk to the people around you too. Open up. You're not alone. You'd be very surprised. You'd be very surprised. People I talk to think that they've had to deal with these things by themselves, and they really need a good support cast around them. And you are living a life that hundreds of thousands of people are living, and you don't realize it. Mental health with athletes is not talked about enough. And I want to change that. And I am changing that. I'm going to be talking to athletes about their stories, about who they are, about what they need and what they want with their life. And we're going to change this conversation together. And I want everyone who supports me, who supports every person I've talked to, who supports the people I talk to in the future, to join this and be a part of this and know that we will get through this together and we can make a difference. My name is Chandler. This is Thinking Outside the Pylons, where I think outside the box. I do. And I want to be able to listen to you and let you talk outside the box and talk about who you are. So please, guys, listen, enjoy. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want me to talk about something specific. Let me know who you want me to talk to. If there's an athlete that you think I need to reach out to, I don't care. I will talk to anyone. Like any person that goes to any college for sports or is performing at a high level, I will talk to you. And I'm not scared to message the people that won't message me back. I can tell you that much. I would love to sit down with a professional athlete. Will I get that opportunity? It may be a long time, but it's going to happen. And that's when we're going to change this. So please, guys, listen, enjoy. Mostly enjoy. Please just enjoy. If you have criticism, please tell me. Let me know. It's very important. I want to evolve. I want to get better. So please let me know. Like, review, subscribe. That's the biggest thing. Be with me on this journey and keep the conversation going. This is short. This was maybe 15 minutes of me talking about what this is going to be, but this is the start. My average podcast is going to be about an hour long of just talking to athletes. And great stories. Oh my God, great stories. These are things that you guys should listen to. I'm going to be signing off. My name is Chandler. This is Thinking Outside the Pylons for me, for every athlete I listen or talk to and I listen to. Thank you so much. And I hope everyone has a great night, has a great day, and enjoy the conversation. And let's start the new one. Bye, guys.